Place it there at the counter.
Pack your bags, we're off to Botswana. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Harry and Meghan are on their third quasi-royal tour of the year to Botswana. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle plan third foreign tour this year, with Lesotho or Botswana possible options. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle continue their journey of compassion and impact as they prepare for upcoming visit to Lesotho and Botswana. Their dedication to supporting vulnerable communities grows stronger. Through Harry's work with Sentinabla, they are carrying on Princess Diana's legacy of helping children in need. First of all, we're going to all wonder, why Botswana? Why Lesotho? Well, they just said why Lesotho is a possibility because of the Sentinabla thing. Then there's also Botswana. Isn't that the place where they went to have their romantical first meeting, where she was like, my time is very short, you know, I'm very busy acting and so on, so I can only do scheduled visits with you to exotic locations and wonderful luxurious holidays is all I can really manage to do. And then once I'm there, I can't stay too long before you find out what kind of demonic person I am.
I managed to persuade her to come and join me in Botswana, and we camped out with each other under the stars, and she came and joined me for 5 days out there, which was absolutely fantastic. So then we were really by ourselves, which was crucial to me, to make sure that we had a chance to get to know each other.
Yeah. But the friend who introduced you, was she trying to say...
Harry took Meghan to Botswana and then she left and they got engaged shortly after. So that plan worked. So I don't know if they're going to revisit that romantic time in their lives. It is, of course, going to be very interesting to see what these kind of countries can do for them financially. Incidentally, it's reported Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are hit with a £100,000 tax bill for Montecito Mansion. So yeah, it's probably a good time to just keep making money off of other countries that can't afford you. The Duke last visited the countries in 2019. So he's due back. So let's just look at this map and see. This is where Botswana is. This is where Lesotho is. And this is where, in green, Republic of Congo is, which is a French-speaking territory. And then the big one, the Democratic Republic of Congo, is the orange big mass of land. Why do I bring that up? Well, I have never spoken about it here on this channel. I've avoided it for a long time, but I think now is the perfect opportunity to talk about it. If Harry and Meghan go to Southern Africa, yeah, and do not address the African parks, I will have a lot to say about that. African Parks currently manages 22 national parks and protected areas in Angola, Benin, Central African Republic, Chad, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Malawi, Mozambique, the Republic of Congo, Rwanda, South Sudan, Zambia, and Zimbabwe, its website outlines. The conservation organization works with governments and local communities for the rehabilitation and long-term management of national parks. Okay, so the atrocities that everyone has been talking about, you know, with the African parks and the assault on the women and children and so on, has been happening in the Republic of Congo. The charity African Parks originally started in Malawi, but it has extended to these other areas where they pay guards to make sure that people are not deforestationing, tusk gathering. There are still a lot of people who find that a very difficult line to tread on, because they are trying to go to the forest to gather and hunt and do all the things that they normally do, not doing anything egregious. But at the same time, these guards have this ultimate power to allow people in or not allow people in. Think of like a nightclub in South Beach, you know, like, yes, you're pretty enough, no, you're not pretty enough, or whatever the case may be. And then because they're being paid by Prince Harry and his organization, they have this new power that they're wielding over the people, which means that they suddenly have the opportunity to assault people without any recourse. It's very disturbing. We're talking about, and I have to be very careful how I say this here on YouTube, but we're talking about assault of the S kind of women. There was one very, it makes you queasy. It makes you feel quite ill when you think that there's a woman with a newborn that is being forced upon by a guard because he has that power. I'm going to say some things here about this African Parks thing that people might find to be unpopular opinion, but guess what? I have been holding off from this issue for a long time. But now that they're going down to this area, I want to address it. The eco guards that are stopping people from going into the forest and so on are suddenly given salaries and uniforms and power to do horrible things to people. A lot of people who live in Africa, you might know, will say things like, Africa is effed. You know, there's just no help for Africa. And this is one of those times that I feel that way too. If in giving these eco guards a job, a way of living different from the lifestyle they would have led before, Maybe they couldn't take care of their 25 children that they had. Maybe they couldn't, feel like they were contributing to society. And suddenly you give them these jobs because you're Prince Harry and you're so out of touch with everything. And you're this committee and you're this board of directors that are so out of touch with everything. And you suddenly give them these jobs without educating them or without actually knowing whether or not they're committed to good. You give them a weapon to use against vulnerable people. If that's the case, you have to at that point abandon the whole darn place. The whole darn place. I mean, leave it, goodbye, bye. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go somewhere else where people really appreciate the work we're doing and the money that we're giving. Imagine giving money and know that your money is going towards this African Parks charity, and yet you're actually aiding in the back of people being assaulted. And the funny thing is that Harry has been asked about this for some years now, it seems like, and instead he just has escalated the concerns to the most senior ranks of the organization, including the chief executive, Peter Firmhead, who is a Zimbabwean conservationist who attended Prince Harry's royal wedding to Meghan Markle in May 2018. You have to really look at this person, Peter Firmhead, and say, he's coming from Zimbabwe, a country that was very much ruined, and he is now coming as a man who has lost a lot of power in his country due to the changes made, and maybe he's enjoying having that power somewhere else. I'm just saying.
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble, and I don't want to be in big trouble.
Because nothing's being done about it. So the best thing for Prince Harry to do now is go down there, and I want to hear, Prince Harry met with Peter Firmhead, and the two of them came up with a wonderful plan to fire every goddamn person up in there, and also implement new strategies and new ways of patrolling and guarding the forest and the nature. And of course, this could be some kind of blueprint that they're following from Will Smith, who's a very famous celebrity. They like to copy a lot of very famous celebrities because Meghan Markle never was one. So Will Smith went down to Botswana in June 2020. This is so eerie. This sounds like exactly how it's going to go for Meghan and Harry. I don't know if you're going to see anything for this trip. Just like whenever they go to any country, you never get to see the beautiful things about the country. By the way, I'm going to have an itinerary of all the things we're going to do in Botswana. And if we are going to Lesotho as well, I will have an itinerary of all the things that we're doing on our time. We're going to have some tea in the Kalahari, honey. We're going to have a lovely time. So stay tuned for those. The first countries to outlaw the poaching of elephants and everything. So it's a very sacred country for animals. That's when he says, can he ride an elephant? They're like, no, 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 no. What if Anyway, I hope that whatever Harry and Meghan do in Botswana, they have enough respect for the people of Botswana and they don't do like what happened with the Moroccan king here. Oh my goodness, this was just so weird. Oh, but she can curtsy. How about them apples? And he bows, yeah. This is a head bow though. And you can see in this video that she is just all up on this king in front of Harry. Just again, always demanding the attention of the official, even though she's there with a prince who should actually be the one taking on that role. But what is really interesting is that she's going to come off the back of a book club meeting where she was made to look like an extra. I'm starting to feel bad for Oprah. I never thought I'd say those words. Starting to feel bad for her. It's like she can't get away from Meghan. But here she is at this book club. Oprah just walks in casually and takes her seat, interrupting Meghan's speech, which obviously throws off Meghan.
I knew I could find in a bookstore. I get the book.
Causing Meghan to do this nervous gesture, which makes her look like a snake or a lizard.
Place it there at the counter.
I don't think Oprah has a lot of respect for the people that work for her. I think she's been in the game too long.
No, do you hear me? I'm quaky, I'm tired. I worked hard at school.
I think she's tired, she's done and she's through. And she honestly doesn't even give a crap anymore about anybody. You've seen it with her actresses that she has in her movies that she doesn't want to pay.
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost.
You just see that she just has a disregard for humankind of any kind. Even Meghan Markle, who she was trying to make a big darn deal of in that March interview, is now just somebody on a stage. I don't know if Oprah's really losing it or if she's like getting a little bit of, you know what I mean. But this behavior that she's been doing in the last couple years especially has been just very unhinged. whole Godmothers bookstore or book club or whatever, the whole idea was inspired by Prince Harry, who sees Oprah as his godmother. Seriously, Prince Harry 39 played a part in curating the bookshop's name, as he had, at his own book party in Beverly Hills, thanked Oprah, Victoria, and Jennifer, who are the other ladies involved in this, for being his fairy godmothers. Sorry, I thought godmothers was cringe enough, but fairy godmothers now? And Oprah says, I support them 1000%. I also hate when people say 1000% because it doesn't exist mathematically. All you have to say is 100%. That will do. Thanks. She had said of the pair's move away from the UK and distancing from regal duties. She's so hardworking, right, Oprah? But she can understand people who just want to be lazy and check out. If you want to know what Meghan said, I'm sure you do. Town & Country magazine revealed that Meghan thanked Jennifer and Victoria for not just creating the space, get this, for not just creating the space, but for holding the space for so many people to feel seen through the pages, either in laughter, in grief, in feeling less alone. Word salad at its best. Just jumble up all kinds of words. So not just creating the space, but for holding the space. So if you create something, you hold it, no? If you create something, you own it, right? Who's going to take it from you? You're the creator. I'm the creator of this video. And that's why I'm going to go on and on and on about this. Nobody can't take it from me. This is so crazy. What the hell? It's like, I find that she does a lot of double entendre or whatever, where she just can't say one thing. She has to say, but also. And the same thing that she's saying in the second part is the same thing she said in the first part. Girl, I can't even talk anymore. Like, she actually fries my brain. They talked about all the different things that Meghan was wearing on these days. I thought what was most compelling was Meghan Markle carries a 195-pound whimsical keyring. The keyring said this: take what you need. Girl. I just find that so bizarre, the take part. I just don't like that Meghan's always taking and never giving. Let's see what she's going to give to Africa. I think, here's my thing. I think that she's going to go on some romantical holiday where she's going to get, like, you know, bowed down to by everybody there who thinks that they are important. Then they're going to, like, leave very quickly, like after 2 or 3 days. They're not going to stay very long. They're not going to show anything that they've done. They're not going to show any beautiful parts of the countryside or even the desert, which is very important because most of Botswana is Kalahari Desert. So that's a very special thing about Botswana. Lesotho, you know, we'll see what that's like if we have to go there. But anyway, should show him meeting up with his friend who he has a centenable with and who he can also talk to about helping him with the African parks, possibly maybe getting him involved in that. These are all the things that they should be doing. I think we're going to see none of that. I think we're just going to see a lot of bowing and scraping to them and some word salad about how much they're trying to change the world and make it a better place, just like Diana did. That's what I think it's going to be about. And the last thing I want to say is I came across this video of Samantha Markle. You know, I'm still working on reviewing her case and what's going on with it. And it's a lot to unpack. And this is the reason why.
Did your dad ever meet Prince Harry?
Yes, he did. And I'm not at liberty to discuss the details of that. But they did respectfully for both of them. And it was quite positive. So Prince Harry was quite gentlemanly. My father was, and they did the right thing. You know, when you're going to marry someone's daughter, you want to ask appropriately and be respectful, and they both were. Contrary to any media speculation.
Because we have this tradition in our country, I don't know what it's like in the States, where if you want to marry somebody, you ask their dad for their hand in marriage before you propose. Mm-hmm. So was that the way it went?
Yes. Very appropriate, very warm, and the public knew nothing about that. It was like, I mean, there were so many different stories flying.
Yeah, there are so many different stories flying put out by your father, who said he's never met him, who said he never asked for his hand in marriage, and he thought as a prince. Thomas Markle Sr. said he thought princes, this is what they would do. Even common men do it, but especially a prince would do this, ask for his daughter's hand in marriage. He was very shocked that didn't happen. It's a whole family lie. Is it all a lie? It's not just me. Like, you can look at all the comments here. WTF. Next, you will say they met at the garden wedding 3 days before the spectacle. This is a very confusing turnaround. Is this a recent interview. She has always said they never met. I mean, the comments just go on and on. What BS? Thomas said himself, he never met Harry. This is unbelievable. She's a con artist, like her sister. Yeah, I just wanted to leave you with that little tidbit as well, because, you know, we really have to reevaluate our position on this whole entire family. And I just don't know what to do about this court case. I think it's over. Even that Samantha Markle is coming out and contradicting herself. She makes herself look like a non-credible witness. It's not good for her. So I'm going to believe that the case is pretty much done and dusted and that she will not succeed in suing Meghan Markle for defamation. That's all I can assume at this point. Anyway, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for being here with me. I have been wearing my glasses the whole time. Please do not be upset about it. I have a little eye infection. I don't know if you want a story time about that, but basically I got my eyelashes done. You know I'm going to tell you anyway, because you're my family. I got to tell you everything. So I got my eyelashes done, right? And I noticed that when they were doing the eyelashes that there was this very bad odor. That's all I can tell you, that I've never experienced that, where it's not the glue, it's not any chemical that they use or anything like that. It smelled like, as Johnny Depp would say,
human fecal matter.
I didn't know what to do at the point because I'm already on the table doing it. But I should have probably said, is everything clean around here? Because something doesn't smell very clean or whatever. I should have said that. Lo and behold, the next day, this happened. So, note to self, I have very long eyelashes. I had no business doing my eyelashes, really and truly, but it's just something I've done in the past and I like doing, and I never had a bad experience with it. So, girl.
Anyhow, I went to see the doctor and we're treating both eyes with the appropriate drops. So lesson learned.
I love you all so much, and you know that, and please stick with me. Please press the bell notifications so you know when my next video is coming out. Make sure to subscribe, it's free. And yeah, just like the video if you did like it, help the algorithm. I love you all so much. Okay, see you next time. Oh my goodness, I have so much to pack. I think we must bring some swimsuits. I don't know. There must be a time that we can do some, like, I don't know, swimming. There must be an oasis in the Kalahari Desert. I'm so excited. In fact, put in the comments right now all the things you want to do in Africa so I can put an itinerary together for us. Do you want to do safaris? Do you want to do tea time? Do you want to do, you know, luxury holiday hotels? Do you want to visit some tribal things? Elephants is a big thing. Please put down in the comments all the things you want to do, and also please put down in the comments what you think about this video. I love you all so much, and you know that. Bye.
Bye.